Good morning, my dear friends. Warm welcome to day 9 of our breath by breath, step by step approach to learning breath mindfulness program. We've been learning the art and science of wise breathing, like Buddha calls it. Wise breathing is right, conscious or mindful and non-judgmental breathing, moment to moment, every moment. And we've also been seeing what breathfulness, what the breath teaches us, both from a physiological as a psychological aspect. Today we will learn some spiritual truths or dhammas that Buddha calls, how just by being with our breath teaches us some of our life's universal truths. So just want to do a quick recap before we dive into today's breathfulness session. So all of us have understood this, the basic procedure for Anapanasati meditation, the basic procedure for breathfulness. It's about clasping or removing your spectacles, clasping your hands, crossing your legs, and close your eyes. The posture should be easy, sthira sukha asanam. That's what Patanjali says. Sthira is still stable, that can be achieved when you are sitting straight on the entire trunk resting on your pelvis, and then your neck and head straight. So that's your natural posture for sitting. When you are in that natural posture for sitting, several things happen. One, you can sit like that for a long time. And second, your thoughts go down because your energy, there is some energy that is spent on keeping your body still and stable. Then the process is gradually bring your attention onto your breath and observing your breath as you inhale and exhale normally. No altering your breath, no holding your breath. You continue to follow your breath as you inhale and exhale normally. And in that process, if you get any distractions, any thoughts, you bring your attention back to your breathing. That is all. That's the core process, the basic procedure. In order to help us go deep into or progress faster into the stages of meditation, like we saw this here. So we are following this step-by-step approach. And that is where we introduced the relaxation stage, where you practice equal breathing for a few minutes, that align your body, breath, and mind. And then we dive into the basic procedure of observing our breath, and then end the daily breathfulness practice. When you are practicing at home outside of this class, you can just say thank you to a lot of things that happened the previous day. And even this step, advanced or regular meditation practitioners will directly dive into observing the breath. They'll observe the breath just to get that concentration at the nose and then start up following their breath. When they follow the breath, automatically the body sensations happen and you get into the flowing state. So these three are not rigidly like 15 minutes or 15 minutes. This will flow. This will automatically happen once you start observing your attention at your nose, right? Placing your attention at your nose, and then it continue to follow. For beginners, when we start learning and on days when we are unable to focus, this step-by-step approach will really help. All right. This relaxation, there are several techniques. Some of you might be practicing pranayama. Some of you might be practicing yoga or whatever. So you can do all those and then get into a state of meditation. Or you can just begin just sitting and relaxing. One is the equal breathing. There is another common method some of you may be knowing is called box breathing. Some of you can try it out. So box breathing is where you breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold for equal counts. The picture here says 4 counts. Again, it depends on your comfort level. It could be 2 counts, it could be 3 counts or 4 counts, right? So you breathe in, so you start like the picture shows, you start, breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. It's also called square breathing because you are doing that for all same counts, right? So you breathe in. As you breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and then hold. 1, 2, 3. Then breathe out, hold. 1, 2, 3, and then hold. 1, 2, 3. You can do it for 4 as well. That's another relaxation technique. There'll be some times where you even feel equal breathing cumbersome. So your brain, your mind will be so overwhelmed with emotion or chatter. That's when you can do this because this holding state allows you to relax a lot more. There's a lot of physiological actions that happen when you're able to hold your breath for a longer time, right? So this is another relaxation technique. And the goal, the objective, and as we progress, how do we know that we are progressing in meditation? How do we know we are progressing in breathfulness meditation? Of course, there are all these wonderful magical happenings that begin to happen during your day when you're playing the game of life. But then in meditation, this is a map. This is the journey, right? And enjoy every part of the journey. So the first is, we are all beyond this stage. Most of us, been practicing step by step for the last 9 days, right? So then we are engaging with our breath continuously. The state 2, some of us maybe continuously noticing our breath for 2 minutes. Some of them maybe only for 5 breaths, some of them for 10 minutes, whatever, right? So continuous engagement of the breath without a distraction. And then state 3, some of you maybe have feeling this energy currents from yesterday or day before yesterday when we have practiced body scan. So yesterday we started the step of focusing, flowing, right? Flowing with our breath, feeling energy currents, meditative joy, pity. And then once you are here, then the rest of the things that happen, right? So if you map it to Patanjali's different things, so pratyahara, asana, dhyana. Pratyahara is when you sit and it is more like your state 1. And then dharana is the concentration when you're completely observing your breath continuously. And then in dhyana, what happens is you start feeling the energy currents. And then samadhi happens automatically. The first 3 stages is what you do or you feel. Whereas state 4 and 5 are just a progression, they happen automatically. Right? The peace and calm is important. And then most of us stop here. But then the important thing is you continue persisting with it, and you get into the peace and calm, sukha state, and then the ekagrata or the upeka state, the samadhi state. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced some of this deeper stillness as well. Otherwise, it's just a matter of time and practice, as I mentioned yesterday. All right. So, and then like we learned a lot of attributes that are essential for us to progress. And one of the key things I mentioned was contentment, relaxation, non-judgment, having that curiosity, right? And then not bothered or not craving for experiences, nor disliking experiences. Just like the chat, we welcome everything and let go, welcome everything and let go. And no 2 meditations are the same. And there is nothing like a bad meditation. The only bad meditation is the one you did not do. All right. So with that, my dear friends, so let's dive into today's practice of breath mindfulness or breathfulness. So we'll almost to practice it similarly, 10 minutes of relaxation with equal breathing. If some of you want to try box breathing, you can do so. And then we will do 10 minutes of focusing, 10 or 15 minutes of focusing, and then we'll split the following and flowing alongside. And then we'll end with the 2 minutes of appreciation. All right. So with that, let's get into the posture. Please remove your spectacles, clasp your hands, close your eyes, and let's dive into enjoying our beautiful breath for the next 45 minutes. Slowly bring your attention to your nose and start your equal breathing. Start equal, easy, long, smooth inhale and exhale. For the next 45 minutes, please intend to be with your breath, not engaging thoughts, not with the music, not with other distractions or thinking, just with your breath. Be conscious of the counts, be conscious of the movements in your abdomen, just so that you know you're breathing right. Ten minutes of relaxation through equal breathing. Smooth, long, easy inhale, smooth, long, easy exhales. Do not hold your breath. Feel your body relaxing. We're warming up with our breath by being aware of your right breathing and also trying to calm the mind by being aware of the counting. Keep your shoulders, eyebrows, and forehead relaxed. Feel the relaxation from equal breathing or conscious breathing. Feel the stillness in your posture. Four more minutes of this relaxation stage with equal breathing. Some of you can try, if you wish, the box breathing technique as well. Inhale to a count of 3, hold to a count of 3, exhale to a count of 3, and hold to a count of 3, and repeat. If it doesn't work, just come back to your equal breathing. Feel the silence in your body, mind, and the beautiful rhythm of your equal breathing. Now, my dear friends, let's move into the observation stage. Slowly drop your equal breathing. Bring all your attention and focus to your nose and start observing your normal, natural breath at your nose. The next 10 minutes, we will learn the skill of concentration, complete focus at your nose, observing each and every breath that goes in and out of your nostrils. Notice any sensations on your upper lip or inside your nose or the entrance to your nose due to the breath, the air going in and out of your nose. Ignore all other thoughts, all other distractions in other parts of the body. Just keep noticing, watching, or observing your breath at the entrance to your nose. No analysis, no judgment. As we've learned, every breath is different. Sometimes you breathe in through your left nostril, sometimes you breathe in through your right nostril. Sometimes your inhales are longer, sometimes your exhales are longer. Sometimes you feel a warmth or coolness due to the air going in and out. Notice if you're able to observe these variations by restricting your focus only to your nose. Continue to observe each and every breath, my dear friends. Awareness of every breath after breath after breath. It's all that is needed for Anapanasati meditation. Wonderful, my dear friends. With the concentration and focus on observing every breath established, now slowly expand your awareness to your entire breath cycle and follow your breath. As your breath enters your nose, passes through the windpipe of the throat region and to your lungs, observe the sensations and movements throughout this path, and then follow the breath back from your lungs to your windpipe to your nose. Just keep observing whatever is happening due to your breathing, your nose, your throat region, your chest region, and your abdomen region. That is all. Ignore sensations or movements or other distractions in other parts of the body. The next 15 minutes, closely observe your entire whole breath without analysis, without engaging in other thoughts. Continue to be with your breath, using the breath to master our mind. That's what we are practicing. Mastering our mind is nothing but mastering our attention and awareness. We should be able to manage the thoughts that come to our mind. We should be a master of our thoughts, master of our emotions, not a servant of the thoughts or emotions. That can happen only when we master our attention and awareness, our thinking, our feeling. That can happen only when we are able to master our attention and awareness on our breath. Avoid other thoughts, other distractions. Observe your beautiful breath, my dear friends. Keep your neck and head straight. Keep your shoulders, eyebrows, and forehead relaxed, my dear friends. 5 more minutes of following your breath. As you continue to observe each and every breath, slowly your mind starts becoming silent, calm, or empty. As your attention increases, your awareness will avoid any thoughts or distractions. Feel the absence of thinking. You are the consciousness, you are the awareness, watching your breath, watching your body and your mind. Wonderful, my dear friends. Now, slowly expand your awareness to your entire body and start feeling, observing, noticing the sensations that crop up anywhere in your body as you focus your complete attention on every breath. Feel the energy flowing through your body. Feel the meditative joy of attention and awareness. Flow with the moment. Last 10 minutes of our breathfulness session for today. Stay anchored in your breath. Be conscious or aware of your body. Enjoy the peace and bliss of calmness. Become one with your breath, my dear friends. Flow with your breath. Become one with your breath. Enjoy the peace. Enjoy the flow of breath energies throughout your body. Last 5 minutes, my dear friends. Wonderful, my dear friends. Now, slowly move your awareness to your heart region. Feel grateful for the last 45 minutes of your time, for your awareness, for your attention that you spent on the breath. Say thank you to all the experiences in the last 45 minutes. Next, recall 3 things, people, or situation from the last 24 hours. Bring each one into your mind and say thank you to that person, thing, or situation that made you feel happy, made you feel grateful. Anything that we are happy for or grateful for grows. Say thank you in your mind with a heart full of gratitude. Next, please express gratitude to all the people in your life who helped you be who you are today, and all the people around you who are making your everyday life possible. Lastly, let us feel grateful for the environment, for the nature, for all our fellow beings, for the food we eat, and the millions of opportunities that we bump into to help and serve others. With that feeling of relaxed mind, calm body, heightened focus, and a heart full of gratitude, let's emerge from today's breathfulness session, my dear friends. Slowly bring your awareness to your hands, unclasp your fingers, place your palms on your eyes for a few seconds, and open when you're ready. Wonderful. How many of you were able to experience the latter states of breathfulness today? How many of you are able to feel energy sensations flowing through your body, or the joy and bliss of meditation? How many of you were able to observe the thoughtless state? Wonderful. Yes, it is just a measure of where we are. That is all. Nothing to judge our meditation for today. Super energy sensation, wonderful joy. Fine. Well, the bliss and energy flow. Wonderful. So, dear friends, we've got just 3 more days or 2 more days outside of today. Please do share your experience of how you progressed in meditation, how you overcome certain obstacles to meditation. right? And then how did you get into this? What are the magical things that are happening in your life outside of the meditation sitting? How your mindfulness has progressed, right? And please do share during the Q&A today, tomorrow, and on Thursday, because it will help your energies as well as it will help other people also learn from your experiences. All right. So how many of you were able to do extra days assignment? Please type yes. Were you able to notice the kleshas that were behind your thoughts? Fear, desire, hatred or dislike, ego, and ignorance. We're able to identify why you are thinking, and the thought is colored with one of those kleshas and an equivalent sensation in a part of your body. Yes, wonderful. So that's the 1 minute contemplation. You can always practice anytime. Anytime, like they say, anytime we feel a sense of discomfort, the body, the mind, or your soul is trying to teach you something. Letting go of things, not worrying too much about things, not doing deep analysis. Right? So that is what is important. And today's exercise, today's assignment we'll continue on the mindful activities thing. So today's assignment will be mindful listening. Mindful listening goes with mindful talking. So a lot of times what happens is when some person talks to us, there will be another movie or another story running in our mind. What is he talking, analyzing, judging, and then when is he going to stop? Oh my God, he's again started or she's again started. So all the chatter continues to happen. So mindful listening is again the same thing, absolute no thinking, no judgment in your mind, in your brain, complete focus, attention on what he or she is speaking, and then complete awareness of yourself and what is happening outside, right? We saw that story about attention and awareness, right? So very similar when you are completely absorbed. In fact, I always recount one episode from Eckhart Tolle's book. Just by complete presence, complete mindfulness, when you're listening to someone, has the ability for the other person to solve their own problems. Eckhart Tolle talks about where some lady comes and speaks to him about her problems, asking for a solution. And all Eckhart does is sit and listen with complete focus, complete presence, without any judgment, just listening and feeling his presence. It's not that not listening and then observing your breath. At that time, if you start observing your breath, then you're not listening. It's not about listening, observing your breath. It's about complete absorption of whatever that person says without thinking, oh, what should I tell next? What should I speak next? What should the solution I need to do? Nothing, a complete attention in listening. And then after that, usually you'll get an answer. In this case, Eckhart, he was completely focused with all his energies in the present moment. At some point during the conversation, the lady had a sudden realization that, oh, yeah, it is me. It is my mind. It is my thought. So the lady herself found a solution. So that's what most counselors, most coaches do, right? One of the key key skill for a coach or a counselor or an advisor to be is absolute listening. And when you start listening, when the other person feels the energies smooth and coherent, automatically they find an answer on that. So please try that. It would be marvelous. So anytime you're speaking to someone at work, at home, just listen. Complete mindful listening without thoughts, without observations. You will understand how little were you listening earlier. All right. So mindful listening is today's exercise, my dear friends. And quickly, we will cover one more section of our Anapanasati Sutras. How the last segment was about the understanding the truths, how breath helps you understand the truth. right? Today, we're going to talk about impermanence and non-attachment. So those are two big truths that Buddha taught. So breath teaches you the truth of impermanence. How? As I said, every breath is different. No two breaths are the same. Every breath is different. So on one of your breath, your inhale is longer, another breath exhale is longer. Sometimes you breathe in through your left nostril and out through your right nostril. Sometimes you breathe in through your right nostril and out to your left nostril. It is different for different people. And it's different, it varies depending on time, depending on your energies, depending on the energies outside, right? And then sometimes you feel a sensation here, sometimes you feel a sensation in the throat, sometimes you feel a sensation in the heart or lungs, right? So every breath is different. And we've seen through the practice of last 9 days, on every breath, our mind is different. There are different thoughts keep coming and going, keep coming and going. Sensations are a flow. No two sensations are the same, right? It's just a flow. It's not specific points of it. They are not dots. They are waves. They are lines, right? So sensations are not the same. The breath is not the same. Your thoughts are not the same. And again, one fine day you will decide to decide this is the best thing to do in my life, whereas it changes on another day, right? And then you meet different sets of people, and everything in your body changes, right? Every cell in our body is replaced. Most of the cells in our body are replaced every second. And the blood cells in our body are different. The neurons in our brain regenerate. There are 84 billion neurons in the brain, replaces at least one neuron per second. And your heart that you had when you are 5 years old is not the same when you are 50 years old, right? Heart regenerates. When I say regenerates, the cells in the heart undergo change, right? And the molecules and cells, the frenetic activity that happens, that keeps on changing. The neurons keep firing. The neural circuit, as we keep learning every day, things keep changing, things keep changing. So the truth of life, and then outside as well, we know the solar cycles, we know the sun, the moon, everything. No one is at a specific position at any point of time, right? They keep moving, they keep changing. Seasons change. We grow. We are not the same physically. We are not the same, like you said, internally. We just saw this. We are not the same. Our thoughts change, our opinions change, our beliefs change. People change. People come, people go. Relationships are not the same that it was at the beginning, right? And our food habits change, our tastes change, our preferences change. Everything in life changes, my dear friends, physically, psychologically, and existentially. So Buddha's teaching is impermanence. Impermanence is the truth of life, the fact of life. And what causes suffering? When we hold on to something impermanent, thinking that is going to be permanent. Your job is not permanent. Your relationships are not permanent. Your thoughts are not permanent. Your views are not permanent. Your opinions are not permanent. When we hold on to our thoughts, your desires are not permanent. Your fears are not permanent. The moment we start holding on to any of those and making plans, adjusting things, assuming that they will be permanent, there will come a time when life will teach you a lesson saying that let go of that idea that it is permanent, right? It is not impermanence that makes us suffer. Wonderful quote from Thich Nhat Hanh. It's not impermanence that makes us suffer. What makes us suffer is wanting things to be permanent when they are not. We want that relationship to be permanent. We want this feeling in meditation that we get, wonderful, joyous feeling to stay on forever. We want the taste of that particular dish the same way every time anybody makes. We want our job to be permanent. We want our wonderful boss to be permanent. We want our friends to be permanent, right? So holding on to that notion and altering your thoughts, altering your behavior based on that is going to cause us suffering. That's what Thich Nhat Hanh says. So when we try to make impermanent things permanent, we cause ourselves to suffer when they eventually change. Because change is the truth. Everything is changing. Everything changes. When they change, we need to move. And that is where awareness helps. Awareness of this truth. Suddenly you see something changing, some behavior of some person changing. Your behavior changes, right? So going through these 11 days of breath mindfulness, practicing meditation, other people will notice your behavior change for the better. They'll ask you what happened. You used to get angry so often earlier, now you are not. So that's a positive behavior. All that you say is thank you. Right? So that's one of the big truths that Buddha talks about, impermanence. Nothing is permanent. Do not expect the same behavior from your spouse, your kid, your parent, or your colleague, or your boss for the same situation. Persons change, things change, situations change, governments change, right? So everything changes, and that's a notion that we need to continue with. Just being aware of it. It's about becoming wiser. It's not about becoming miserable. The next set of talks is about letting go. The last 4 stanzas of mindfulness talks about the secret of happiness is non-attachment, acceptance, or letting go. All these mean more or less the same, right? What is non-attachment? Non-attachment is not about not having the material pleasures, not having pleasure in your life, not having the joys of your life. No, it is not. It is not about avoiding or renouncing your ideas about having a wonderful car or house, right? Non-attachment is letting go of thoughts and emotions that create suffering. Again, Buddha's big teachings about suffering. Non-attachment is letting go of the thoughts and emotions that create suffering. As long as it doesn't create suffering, you're okay. I'm okay to have a desire of that international travel next year. I'm okay to have the desire of working at a certain place, right? But when I am attached to it, it starts causing suffering. And what causes suffering? Yesterday, we learned about those 5 kleshas: craving, attachment, dislike. It's also another form of attachment. You are attached to a situation other than what is happening. Fear. That is because you are comfortable with something and you are fearful of something that you do not know. Ego. You're attached to our identity, right? So that needs to let go. And then ignorance, that we don't know. There, the curiosity or the attitude of learning needs to be there. So once you can stop being so attached to your thoughts, you'll experience tremendous relief, inner peace, and pervading sense of joyful well-being. So there are several things that we can practice non-attachment with or letting go. First thing is non-attachment to food, things, people, and feelings. So increasing order of difficulty. It's probably easier to let go of material things, grosser things, right? Letting go of attachment to food. This is how my food should be. This is how it should be, or this is my timings for the food. So all that causes suffering the moment it doesn't happen, right? And how do you know you're attached to something? When the absence of that thing, person, or situation, or a feeling causes you suffering or discomfort, that means you've been attached to that person, thing, or situation. So non-attachment to things, non-attachment to, it's okay. I mean, I want a BMW car. That's fine. That's my desire. But then if it happens, wonderful, grateful. If it doesn't happen, that's okay, right? So non-attachment to people. COVID, the pandemic taught us a lot about it, right? So people come, people go. Patriji used to talk a lot about no death. People just transition onto different worlds. That's it. Nothing to worry, nothing to grieve about. Non-attachment to feelings. I want the same level of feeling in meditation every day. I want the same feeling. If some person talks ill of it, I'm a long-lasting friend. If that person one day talks differently, you don't like it. You shift your friends. You shift your jobs, right? So non-attachment to feelings. Mindfulness allows you to observe and notice each of these, and then slowly you need to tick them off. A little difficult to practice, but these allow you to get that bliss and peace every moment in your life, not being attached to our thoughts. Most of us have very strong opinions and beliefs about a certain thing, right? So we go to the extent of defending or cutting off that person who kind of questions our thoughts. Non-attachment to control. Our ego needs control. All of us need control. I work well when I have the control. I want to control the situation. I want to control people. Non-attachment to intellect, again, our own ideas and opinions. Non-attachment to outcomes. The big teaching of scriptures like Bhagavad Gita. Non-attachment to doing, again, very difficult. We all have the disease of wanting to do, wanting to be correct. The moment we let go of doing, let go of attachment to outcomes, things start happening by themselves. Right? So these are certain things that we need to keep aware of, watchful of, mindful of, to see if you are attached. If that causes suffering, then you're attached. Right? And then all that we need to is just be a witness to whatever is happening, witnessing the thoughts, witnessing our ideas, witnessing other people. And that is where that witness consciousness we are trying to develop through mindfulness. And like Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, or our spiritual wisdom say, not to get anything in the physical world, you have to detach from the outcome and be in the process. You have to do whatever needs to be done right, without a sense of attachment to the outcome. Right? As they say, it's all about enjoying the journey, not worrying about the destination. Every time we worry about the destination, we are losing the moment of experience, a moment of joy in that part of the journey. All right. And the moment we are attached, we are holding on to our ideas, our views, our relationships, our goals of wanting to do something. It's like holding a rope tight. What happens when you hold something tight? I'm holding this pen tight. When I am holding this pen tight, not wanting to let go, who is getting the pain? Yourself. I am getting the pain of not wanting to let go. The moment you let go, you feel tremendous relief. You feel freedom to do whatever you want, right? So holding on to something, holding on to your idea of what is the right food, holding on to your idea of the right relationship, holding on to the idea of the right job, holding on to the idea of how life should happen, holding on to your idea of happiness. This is what happiness means. Holding on to your idea of abundance causes suffering because things change, ideas change, technology changes. So the moment you let go of it, you're able to explore a lot more choices, a lot more opportunities, right? And that leaves you of pain, relieves you of suffering. So my dear friends, Buddha's big teaching, and I'm sure this is the teaching of most scriptures as well. Accept what is, let go of what was, do not worry about the past is past, and have faith and trust in what will be. As we continue to live in the present moment, things start happening as it is. Things start happening the way your soul desires, right? And when we live in complete acceptance of what is, that is the end of all drama in our life. And as we went through the last few sessions, all the drama is caused by the chatter in our mind, the story in our mind. And the stories are different for different people. Again, they are not permanent. Right? When you try to start accepting things, letting go of how your view of things should be, letting go of those views, accepting things in the present moment, life is an absolute joy, and life automatically starts responding to your desires, automatically start making things happen. We go through a lot of those stories during our retreats. Some of you may remember from some of the sessions that we used to have. All right, so that's the teaching from Anapanasati Sutras. It's about realizing the truths or the dhammas of impermanence, cessation. Cessation is nothing but everything arises, everything goes, letting go, and non-attachment. All right. And how do we do that? How do we realize that? Just by observing our breath. Breath is impermanent. Every breath changes. Every experience and meditation is different. You can't hold on to, yesterday I sat in this posture. I started at just particular time and I started doing this. I got a blissful experience. Today, let me try the same thing. Or yesterday, I played this music. I got a blissful experience. Today, let me try the same thing. No, it will not be the same. You are different from yesterday. You are different from 2 minutes ago. I am different from 1 minute ago, right? Physiologically, mentally, and situationally. So, my dear friends, let's practice mindful listening. Let's also start practicing letting go of things that we hold on to. Increased mindfulness allows you to be watchful of what is it that you're holding on to, and letting go of that gives you that freedom, gives you the peace, gives you the calmness. All right, and that's the core of all spiritual teachings. With that, let's go towards the close of today's session. Any questions, any experiences anybody wants to share, or any questions, please type in the chat window, or I'll allow you to raise your hand. We just got 2 more days. Tomorrow we'll cover the topic of stillness, and day after tomorrow we'll do a recap and the exercises for subsequently. I mean, every day, how can your everyday routine look like to practice breathfulness? Yes, contentment is also very important for happiness. Yes, contentment is kind of form of acceptance, right? Form of being satisfied, form of feeling happy for what you have. So contentment is absolutely important for happiness. Is clasping our hand necessary? There is a reason for clasping your hand. If you feel it different, it's fine. The reason that we are clasping our hand and crossing our ankles, according to Patriji, is that it completes a circuit of our nervous system, right? It completes a circuit of your energy body. So it enhances the energy flow, right? Because we saw there are nadis in all parts of our body. So it's all connected, and it amplifies the energy flow rather than releasing, keeping your hands open. So that is the reason for clasping your hands. All right. So any other questions? Please continue to do your practice of conscious breathing, awareness of your breathing, and of course, do your exercises of mindfulness. And I hope to listen to a lot more experiences on what are the effects that you've been feeling in your everyday life. Yes, we have a hand raised. Yes, Rama ma'am. Can you unmute yourself? What is coherent breathing? Let me answer that question. Coherent breathing is just, we are doing equal breathing, right? So coherent breathing is breathing, having equal inhales, or sorry, coherent breathing is around 5.5 to 6 breaths a minute. If your body is breathing at that particular rate, it's called coherent breathing. And that has immense benefits for your body and mind. Yes, please go ahead with your question, Rama ma'am.
Yes, good morning, sir. Sorry, my camera is off. I would like it that way. I can't even find the right words in any language to express my gratitude to you. There are many things we read and they sit in our logical mind, but the experiential mind of experiencing what we've read is where your immense skill in bringing that about has helped me a lot. One of the biggest takeaway here is just now you were speaking. So you were talking about, oh my God, I had that in my
attachment.
mind. No, the contentment.
Contentment.
That has changed because every time I do something, I'm like, can do it better. I can do it better. Yes, we can. But I have never been content with what I've done to appreciate the results of what I've got. So that has changed my approach, and it's coming in slowly. Then, okay, if I've done something good, I appreciate this. I'm content with what I've done, because earlier I would be scared. If I'm contented, then how can I move forward? Was my question. What a logical, wall I had in my mind that you've been able to break, because I teach children who cannot understand I teach German to children who don't know English. So it's a challenge for me. I took up this job because it is a challenge. I don't mind the challenge. But how to overcome all this? You need masters like you to help us. And you've made a big change in my life, including the attachment. If they're not learning, I used to, worry. That's the automatic thing. See, it's the
Correct.
unconscious mind that slips in there. But your appreciation, contentment, not being attached. Now I'm bringing in all that in my life where I spend most of my time, and also attachment to my son, how to let go of attach. I worked on it on a physical level. I allowed him to go wherever he wants and work wherever he wants. I thought that was a big deal. No, it is not that. When they
Yes,
say
absolutely.
something, also we are hurt. We are so attached to how they should talk to us also. So this time also when he said something, I kind of cried. I, I feel that way now also. But how to let go of that attachment is my struggle.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
that's
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate your sharing. Yes, like we've been learning. So once we let go of things, as I said, letting go of subtler things, right? Our ideas and our relationships and the way we think people should behave is a lot more difficult than letting go of a thing or attachment to food, right? So yes, you learn you are on the right path, and as you continue the practice, as you continue to your breath, as you continue to be with your breath, our subconscious mind, we saw that, right? It starts slowly coming down, right? And then all these attachments, contentment increases, joy increases. When you are when you are in that state of joy, in that state of contentment yourself, you don't need anything else to happen for you to be content. It doesn't matter your son says something or something, you don't need that to kind of fill your bowl of joy. So you're already full with joy from yourself. Once that starts happening, it's just like once our stomach is full, we don't need anything more coming from outside. So you will get there, you will reach there. My hope and prayer is for each and every one of us to be reaching that state of absolute contentment, joy, fulfillment, and satisfaction. That is what all the spiritual practice is for. It will vary, it will take time. It depends on our diligence, it depends on our practice, right? So one point I'd want to take away from what you said, and then it's true for all of us, it's true for me. I personally also went through that, is we will have to stop, we will have to stop hurting ourselves. We'll have to stop blaming ourselves. We will have to stop thinking that what I did was wrong. Like they said, everything that happens for a reason. That's another strong point for acceptance. I did something wrong. I told something wrong. Whatever my view was wrong. So be it. That's gone. That's over. Right? I keep saying, we all have this disease of wanting to be correct. I should be correct. I should be a right mom. I should be a proper dad. I should be the right person by talking the right things. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be difficult. Why did it come to me? When we say, right, we were all born with a purpose. We were born to a family. We were born to our parents. We were born to a situation. We chose. And through that programming is what? Giving rise to the thoughts, giving rise to the situations that we are coming into. So be it, accept it. That's all. Let's not try blaming ourselves, beating ourselves. The moment we stop beating ourselves, our growth starts happening from there. And that's where we'll have to empty the cup of all the past, the regret, the attachment, right? So once we start emptying the cup, we'll have more space to fill it with the joy of presence, fill it with the joy of contentment, fill it with the joy of miracles. We'll start seeing miracles happening. Fill it with the joy of helping others, seeing someone else happy. You're doing a wonderful job teaching German, and that's teaching, and the teacher-student relationship is so sacred, so joyful, knowledge, right? So absolutely, I mean, there's a lot of learnings for all of us, and thanks for sharing your experience. So with that deep learning, my dear friends, let's close the session for today. I don't see any more questions here, and let's continue to be be conscious of anything, be aware of anything that causes suffering. The moment you know the thought, the feeling, the idea, just let go. Be without that. Just think about what will you be without that thought. And as they say, all that is needed is just changing our thought to make us feel happy, right? So with that, let's close for today. Thank you very much. I hope it was helpful and have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow morning. Thank you.